welcome to the deep dive.
Hi, everyone.
Today we're diving into something, well, pretty universal and often, let's be honest, kind of frustrating.
Yeah, the search for real, authentic, lasting love. It's a journey.
It really is. And a lot of the advice we get, this sort of common wisdom, it can feel unhelpful,
Yeah.
even damaging sometimes.
Totally. Like lose 10 pounds or just be more confident or, play hard to get, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And Ken Page, who's a psychotherapist, wrote this amazing book, Deeper Dating. That's our source today. He argues that approach. It just leads to more insecurity, doesn't it? More loneliness.
Right. He calls it the old map, and he offers what he calls a new map to love. It's about moving away from those games.
Away from seduction tactics and towards intimacy, leading with who you really are.
Your authentic self, yeah.
So that's our mission for this deep dive. Explore these ideas from Ken Page's work, pull out some, really practical insights from his perspective that you can actually think about or maybe even use.
It's about shifting the whole approach to finding connection.
Okay, so let's get into it. Page starts by really challenging this fundamental idea, this myth, really, that you need to fix yourself first.
Right, that you have to hide parts of yourself or put on some kind of act to be lovable. He says following that old map just makes you feel more insecure.
And it pushes real connection further away. What really hit me was how he talks about the longing for love. We're often told that's needy, weak.
Yeah, that's such a core insight he flips on its head. He says that longing isn't weakness at all. It's actually profound wisdom. It's guiding us.
Guiding us toward what we need as humans.
Exactly. He argues that trying to numb that longing, ignore it, that leads to despair. Because fundamentally, we are not meant to be alone. Intimacy is essential, like oxygen.
That feels so true. We live in this culture that prizes independence, but Page points to solid research, like Eli Finkel's work.
Oh yeah, showing that the quality of our close relationships is maybe the biggest factor in our well-being, both physical and emotional.
Right. And Page uses these beautiful examples, calls them scientific poetry, like how holding a loved one's hand can literally lower your blood pressure.
Or reduce pain. It's like actual physical proof that we're wired for this stuff. Connection.
So he reframes the whole search. It's not this awful chore you have to endure, it's a journey. And that longing, that's the catalyst.
He even shares his own story, how facing his own deep desire for love, really owning it, forced him to see how he was blocking connection. That led him to this whole new map.
So if the old map is about fixing flaws and playing games,
Then the absolute core, the heart of Page's new map, is what he calls core gifts.
core gifts. Okay.
And the big idea here, the shift, is that the path isn't about becoming someone else. It's about finding and really embracing the most essential parts of who you already are.
And he makes a point. This isn't just a dating trick. It's like a way to live a fuller life overall.
Exactly. These core gifts, they're the deepest, most sensitive parts of you. They're fundamental to who you are. It's where you feel things most intensely: love, pain, joy, passion.
Universal things, like the desire to love, but also unique to each person.
Yeah, both. There are common human gifts, but how they show up in you, that's totally unique.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting and maybe a bit tough. He says our deepest wounds often come directly from our most vital gifts.
It's a wild connection, isn't it? What hurts you the most can actually point you straight towards a core gift that got, stepped on or ignored somehow.
Wow. So the things that make us vulnerable are also our strengths.
Kind of, yeah. It's a paradox. Our capacity for connection is tied to our vulnerability. He calls them hard-won treasures because, yeah, they're often buried near our pain and not always easy to see.
Right. So how do you find them if they're not obvious?
He suggests two main paths. One is through moments of joy and inspiration, even tiny ones.
Like what?
Like a moment where your heart just feels open, or your spirit lifts, or you just feel good about who you are right then. He says those moments are like little springboards.
Springboards to identify a gift.
Yeah. Page thinks the world actually craves authentic joy. And when you connect with yours, you naturally attract people who resonate with that light. The right people. He has exercises for this.
Okay, joy and inspiration.
Yeah.
And the other path, you said it was maybe more counterintuitive.
Right. Through your tears.
Yes, right.
Through your deepest hurts.
Okay.
The places you feel pain most intensely often show you where you care the most. That pain is like a signpost, pointing to a core gift that was wounded or dishonored.
So digging into those painful memories, times you felt misunderstood or unseen, that can actually reveal a gift.
Exactly. It reveals the quality in you that was at the heart of that pain. His exercises help you kind of mine those experiences for the gold.
He gives some great examples,
He
like
does.
Susan, who saw her generosity as a weakness because people took advantage.
Yes. And reframing it as a gift was huge for her. It wasn't just about feeling better, it actually helped her heal. It let her see the difference between real kindness and, well, manipulation. Gave her strength to not tolerate bad treatment.
And Michael with his anger.
Yeah, instead of just trying to shut it down, seeing it as this fierce, protective energy, like a wild horse needing direction, not just caging. A gift of fighting against unfairness.
It's really about honoring these parts of ourselves, isn't it?
Hmm?
Paige talks about pausing to feel the gift inside, that swell of warmth.
He calls that feeling gold. And just noticing it, valuing it is incredibly powerful. It helps the gift surface more. Love for yourself and connecting with others. It starts right there.
Recognizing that inner gold.
Yeah. And he says these gifts, they can't be totally tamed. They'll draw outside the lines, get us into trouble sometimes, surprise us. There's a wildness to them.
Okay, so we understand core gifts. Then he uses this target analogy to talk about how close we live to that core.
Right. The target diagram.
Yeah.
And the bullseye, zone 1, that's the gift zone.
The gift zone.
That's when you're feeling that authentic warmth, compassion, connection,
Yeah.
either with yourself or someone else. It's the springboard to intimacy.
And how do you get there? How do you access it?
It's surprisingly simple, he says, but easy to forget. Just notice what you're really feeling right now and hold it with kindness, authenticity plus compassion.
So not judging the feeling, just noticing it with kindness.
Exactly. And those moments of inspiration we mentioned, savoring those, even small ones, he calls them portals to deeper intimacy. He has a little micro-meditation, the intimacy fix, just checking in. Where am I? What does my gift zone feel or want?
Okay. And zone 2, further out.
That's avoidance protection, where we pull back from our sensitivity, our needs, our hurts, using defenses.
Like humor, anger, people-pleasing.
Yeah, things that might feel safe short-term, but ultimately block real connection when they become rigid patterns.
He connects this with his gift wound defense matrix. Can you break that down?
Think of it in layers, deepest level. The gift. Maybe a need for closeness or that protective fierceness.
Okay.
Then, if that gift gets wounded or isn't met, you get the wound, like insecurity or fear of being hurt again.
Makes sense.
And to protect that wound, you build a defense, like anger or shutting down or trying too hard to please others.
Like Lisa getting angry about her boyfriend in the remote.
Exactly. Her anger defense was protecting her insecurity, wound, which came from her deep need for closeness and connection. Gift. Healing comes from seeing past the defense, acknowledging the wound gently, and connecting with the gift underneath.
Wow. Okay. And this feels so connected to self-love, doesn't it? Embracing gifts means embracing vulnerability, not pretending you don't have needs.
Absolutely. That's huge. Paige argues that trying to seem invulnerable, that traditional confidence, it actually makes you more needy because your real self isn't being seen or met. Real confidence comes from owning your vulnerability.
He brings in Brene Brown here, right?
Yes. Her work fits perfectly. He quotes her famous line, "It's the first thing I look for in you and the last thing I'm going to show you," about vulnerability.
Because showing that vulnerability appropriately is key to connection.
Essential for lasting love. Trying to be invulnerable, it's impossible and it stops real love from happening.
And you can't really do this alone. He talks about community.
Crucial. You need safe people. Friends, family, maybe a therapist, people who help you soften those defenses, see your gifts, gently guide you. Romantic love often grows best when you already have loving friendships and family connections. Like Marianne Williamson said, "The more I grow, the more my friends become like lovers, and my lovers become like friends."
That's beautiful. He has this practical idea, too, the gift circle.
Oh, that sounds powerful. You gather like 4 to 6 trusted people who really value you.
People whose insights you respect.
Exactly. And they take turns sharing what they admire, respect, appreciate about you. Your gifts, basically, seen through their eyes. And the rule is only positive feedback. People say it's incredibly affirming. Like being truly seen helps you really own those gifts.
That sounds amazing. And it's not just about your own gifts, right? Intimacy means honoring the other person's sensitivities, too.
Totally. Respecting their tender spots, their needs. That's key for navigating disagreements. He tells that story about Jennifer and Douglas.
When he delayed the date.
Yeah. Jennifer felt really hurt, triggered her sensitivity about feeling devalued, but she accessed her gift zone, owned her feeling, shared it vulnerably.
Like, hey, when that happened, it touched a sore spot.
Right. And because Douglas could hear her without getting defensive, just honor her reality, they actually got closer. Conflict became connection.
That's a powerful example.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shift gears. How does this apply to attraction? Page really questions the whole instant chemistry idea.
Yeah, another big one. He says who you're attracted to reveals a lot about your own relationship with your core gifts.
How so?
If you don't really value one of your gifts, you might unconsciously be drawn to people who mirror that, who devalue it too. But as you start to honor your gifts more,
Your attractions start to change.
they do. You start being drawn to people who genuinely see and cherish those deep qualities. Your attractions can actually teach you about your own growth.
And he says attractions can be shaped. That's hopeful.
Incredibly hopeful. As you value yourself more deeply, your taste shifts. You naturally lose interest in people who diminish you and find yourself drawn to those who inspire you.
Which leads to his distinction. Attractions of inspiration versus attractions of deprivation.
Yes, super important. Attractions of deprivation. They pull you in hard, maybe feel addictive, but they end up dragging you down.
That feeling where you have to win their love.
Exactly. It throws you off balance. Page lists key warning signs.
Let's hear them.
Lying or cheating. Really selfish behavior consistently. Being unavailable emotionally or physically. Active, untreated addiction. Hurtful behavior. Constant criticism, degrading you, untreated serious psychological issues, and blaming or manipulation.
That's a heavy list, a real checklist of what to steer clear of.
It is. And he's careful to say, look, normal relationships have bumps, rupture and repair. This is beyond that. This is damaging.
And leaving those relationships is progress.
Yes, even if it hurts. And crucially, he says, never shame yourself for having loved someone who turned out to be wrong for you in that way.
Okay, so what's the alternative? Attractions of inspiration.
These are the ones built on mutual valuing, mutual respect. They make you feel expanded, more trusting of life. They become a source of joy. That's the wise path, he says, even if it doesn't start with lightning bolts.
Which connects to his attraction spectrum idea, 1 to 10.
Right. Those intense 10s often trigger so much fear and desire. They're hard to navigate, often end painfully. People can get burnt out.
So dating in the middle range, like a 5 or 6.
Yeah, it gives you breathing room. You can actually see the person's character without being totally swept away.
And that's not settling.
Definitely not. That's key. Attraction can grow if there's a spark, good qualities. Keep exploring. Nurture the connection, emotionally, spiritually.
Physically, too. He mentions non-sexual touch, oxytocin.
Yeah, building that bond.
Yeah.
And research showing that just thinking about someone warmly can deepen feelings. He shares stories. Janet and Patricia, attraction growing through care. The woman who fell for the volunteer over time.
Be gentle, let it unfold.
Exactly. No pressure.
He also touches on sexual core gifts.
Right. It's part of being whole. We have sexual gifts and wounds, too. What truly turns you on, connects your heart and body, that's a powerful place. Fusing intimacy and lust, he says, that's a core sexual gift to discover.
Okay, so we have the theory, the gifts, the zones, attraction. How do you actually do this out in the world, in the dating scene?
Well, he admits dating is tough, vulnerable, but you bring your gifts, kindness, courage, good judgment into it. He gives practical skills for stage 3 when you're actively connecting.
Like online dating, apps.
His advice, be real. Don't hide behind some perfect generic mask. Show your quirks, your warmth. Use photos where you genuinely glow. You're not trying to hook everyone, just the right ones for you.
And ones who resonate with your real self.
Exactly. And then move to a call or a quick meetup fairly soon. Get a sense of the actual person.
And on dates themselves.
Focus on the connection quality. How does it feel? Not just trying to impress. Remember Jake and Paula. Politics, style differences. Easy to dismiss.
But he tuned into how the connection felt.
Yeah. Warm, comfortable, engaging. He used the art of squinting.
Ah, yes, the art of squinting. Explain that.
It's like blurring the superficial details, the haircut, the music taste, stuff that isn't core character. Look past those minor things to see the essence, but you absolutely do not squint at the important stuff. Rudeness to staff, selfishness, those deprivation signs, eyes wide open for those. No squinting there.
Got it. Important distinction. What about sharing passions?
Huge. When you talk about what lights you up, your real self comes through. It's attractive. And asking questions that get them talking about their passions, great way to connect quickly and see who they are.
And using your network. Friends, family.
Absolutely. Ask for introductions. Go to events your inspiring friends recommend. Use tech for friend-to-friend intros, maybe even a dating co-op with single friends.
What about events based on your own interest, not just singles nights?
Super important. It makes your life richer anyway and puts you with people who share your values. Look for inspiration everywhere, Paige says. not just potential dates. Inspiring people know other inspiring people.
So connect with people you admire, even just for friendship.
Yes. You never know. His mom's saying each child brings its own luck. When you express your unique self, good things ripple back, including, maybe, love.
Yeah, and Bart clubs.
He's realistic. Often not the best place for deep connection. Limit booze. If there's a spark, maybe move somewhere quieter or get their number. Delaying sex can help if you want a relationship. Basically, set an intention before you go out.
Okay. Even with all this, the biggest hurdle often seems to be fear, right? Fear of intimacy.
The biggest challenge, yeah. And he stresses, it's normal, human, not a flaw. We all protect ourselves.
And a common way this shows up is the wave.
The wave of distancing, yes. Especially when you meet someone really good, available, and suddenly, boom.
What does it feel like?
Like sudden boredom, or you start picking apart tiny flaws. Or feel this weird dread like it's an obligation. Your interest just seems to evaporate. You want to run.
That sounds so confusing because it feels real.
Totally real in the moment. But Paige says, it's just a wave. It will pass. Your affection is probably just underground because fear popped up.
So don't bail immediately.
Right. Don't panic. Give it space. Keep goodwill. Talk to supportive friends who see the good stuff. Connect with your own gift zone. Sometimes working through whatever triggered the fear helps it lift. He has a little exercise for it.
But how do you know it's the wave and not, just not right?
That takes self-awareness practice. You're never obligated to stay if it's truly wrong or if those deprivation signs are there. But if you see a pattern, interest drops just when things get close with someone good. If the feeling seems unrelated to their actual behavior, probably the wave.
He also mentions other flight patterns.
Yeah, all the ways we push love away. But he says, don't get overwhelmed trying to fix everything. Pick one main way you tend to flee intimacy. Focus there.
And healing happens in relationships, not alone.
Yes. With safe people. And the antidote to fear of intimacy, it's actually intimacy itself, experiencing safe connection, like Lil and Joe taking that leap despite fear. You don't need to be fearless. You learn to stay present with the fear.
So how do you know if you're making progress on this path? It's not like picking boxes.
He suggests reflection. Are you valuing your gifts more? Losing taste for those deprivation attractions, following inspiration more, expressing yourself more authentically, taking steps to meet people. If yes, things are shifting, often in subtle ways that start attracting different kinds of people.
What if you feel stuck?
He lists reasons, maybe ongoing abuse, untreated issues, addiction, lack of support, deep resistance, past trauma. Those need focused attention, maybe professional help.
And it's often a stepping stone process.
Yeah, rarely straight from unhealthy to the one. Often you meet healthier but not quite right people. Learning to leave those relationships sooner, recognizing them as steps, that's a key skill you learn in the middle phase.
He talks about 3 stages.
Roughly, yeah. Stage 1, embracing gifts, rejecting deprivation. Stage 2, that quieter internal shift phase, can feel dormant. Stage 3, actively building healthy connections, learning the skills, navigating the fears like the wave. Not totally linear, though.
And authentic communication is key throughout.
Foundational. Connecting with your inner truth, your gift zone. Finding the gift even in hard feelings. Expressing that authentically, kindly. Honoring your reality and theirs. That's the path to self-treasuring.
Lastly, he mentions guiding insights.
Those little whispers from within, intuition showing you the next step toward love or growth. Could be about an attraction, a fear, reaching out. He suggests asking, right now, what is love asking of me?
And just honoring those nudges helps.
Yes. Following them guides you, makes you more attractive to the right energy. Expressing your uniqueness sends ripples. And even if you can't act on an insight yet, just appreciating it, loving the lesson creates change slowly.
It really feels like a fundamentally different way to approach things. More hopeful. Less about fixing, more about becoming.
Exactly. It's about cultivating and trusting your true self, your core gift, and learning to navigate connection from that place, allowing yourself to be really seen.
Okay, so as we wrap up, here's something to chew on. Inspired by Paige, our deepest gifts, he says, they can't really be domesticated. They'll keep surprising us, maybe getting us into good trouble. So in your own search for love, what might it look like to actually embrace that untamable core of yourself instead of trying to manage or hide it?
Acknowledging the vulnerability there, for sure, but also seeing the huge potential in that authenticity. Attracting someone who doesn't just tolerate your core, but genuinely celebrates it because you dared to show up as you are.